What do we have for Sag, please? Six of Cups, Scorpio energy at the foundation of the reading in reverse, Sag. The messages and the downloads that I have been getting for you leading up to this reading are speaking about a timeline that you are moving on from, where you were not able to manifest something that you are preparing to manifest now into full realization because of an energy that you were entertaining. The Six of Cups speaks on just that. This is an energy here that is speaking about an individual that you've left behind in your past, Sag, that had a way of crushing your dreams, had a way of making you feel very limited in what you can and cannot achieve in your life. Six of Cups in reverse is an energy that wants to tell you that all your expectations for yourself are unrealistic. This energy first came across you when you were full of life. You were full of passion and drive. You ended up with this individual in some capacity, and slowly over time, they drained you of this passion. For some of you, even creativity. Now, it doesn't have to just be a relationship. It can very much be a family member who did this to you. It could be a friend, so take it as it fits. But the timelines have shifted. I've been getting messages surrounding some sort of massive blessing that is making its way towards you now, Sag. You're being given access to something that I feel a lot of you thought that may have been off the table now, but it never was. The divine has been holding this for safekeeping, and you're preparing to align with the timeline where your dreams are your reality. I'm also getting this message here for you, Sag, where no matter how old you may find yourself right now, maybe you feel like you're past your prime, or maybe society wants to tell you that, you're about to prove not only to yourself, but to people who actually believe that age determines when you're past your prime, as opposed to the content of your character and the quality of your work, that you are actually just getting started. A resurgence is coming, and this is all connected to your purpose, Sag. It was meant to go down like this. Something you do is going to inject people with hope. It's an energy of, well, Sag can do it, then maybe I have a shot too. This is very much what I'm getting for you, and I'm all about it, Sag. I have a really strong Sag placement in my Venus, and I love this energy for you. In fact, I did a whole reading for you already, and there was something wrong with the sound. I couldn't use the reading. So here I am doing the reading again, and I'm glad I'm doing it a second time, because all it's doing is confirming the energy that I'm feeling for you here. Same thing happened with the Libra reading. Sound was messed up, so I had to do it again, and then again. I had to do the Libra reading 3 times before I got it right. And all it did was confirm and put more weight behind the messages that are being delivered here. What do we have at the sacral, please? 7 of Cups, Scorpio energy again, 6 to the 7. Yeah, there's this timeline you've closed out, Sag, but I feel like you're only just now starting to have a realization of how much this timeline truly held you back. It's like there's been this gap of time in your life where, okay, I'm hearing the lost years. Interesting. 7 of Cups is all related to distraction. It's like you had an energy around you that was consuming your time, consuming your energy, affecting your creativity. Now, I'm not getting that it stopped your creativity. It might have for some of you, but what I'm getting here is it influenced your creativity in a way that it's like when you're around this energy, you didn't produce your best work. Something like this. You can just take that as it fits. But it was all meant to go down like this because there's something about the creativity and passion that is flooding through now that is on a whole other level. I feel that a lot of you are working on something that is going to put you on the map. And this is going to be a big surprise for you. I feel like you're just going about your life trying to put things back together, just trying to keep everything going, so to speak. But then the success from something you're working on here just comes out of nowhere. It's like something just takes. And right as I said that, my ears started to equalize, and I saw a plane in my mind's eye taking off, right? And they equalized in the way that your ears equalize when you are in a plane. So it's speaking about something here taking off. This Six of Cups at the foundation in reverse can also represent somebody that you thought, I was going to say somebody that you thought was a soulmate, okay? But if at one point in time you thought this person was your soulmate, then they most likely were. Just because things didn't work out doesn't mean that at one point in time they weren't your soulmate, okay? But I just feel that this is representing somebody that you thought you were going to always have in your life, okay? Again, it could also be family, so place it as it fits for you. But there's a big emphasis on an energy here that was holding you back, that was causing you to show up as a lesser version of yourself. Seven of Cups can also be an energy of procrastination because there was too much distraction around you when you were dealing with this energy. What do we have at the solar plexus? Magician, Gemini, Virgo energy at the solar plexus. I feel that you're in high manifestation mode, Sag. And what this is also representing is you actually turning a vision, a dream, like I mentioned, into your reality. You're aligning with that timeline. There's something about this previous timeline that you graduated on from that actually has equipped you with a certain level of wisdom and discernment to be able to make the actual dream a reality. It's like you had to travel into the darkness. You had to go down a path that wasn't for your highest good to be able to find one of the elements, right? So the Magician represents all four elements: earth, water, air, fire. And it's like the experience that you gained from going down this path. Maybe it's given you content. Maybe it's given you experience, life experience, and you've applied it to this creation now. Your pain, your hurt, the obstacles that you had to make your way through year after year is what I'm hearing, is now the content by which you step back out onto the scene with. Again, I just heard that very clearly. You wouldn't have otherwise had this experience had you not have gone down this path. It's all happened in divine order. But you've been unaware that this is what was actually taking place. There will be a point in the future where you'll have this moment of realization that there's no way you could have attained. I just heard the level of success that you have coming towards you had you not gone down this other path. It had to go down like this. It's usually in these moments that you start to find a level of peace for what you've had to endure. This is when you can emanate a frequency of forgiveness, forgiving the parts of yourself or the situations, however it may show up for you. I'm hearing something about you defeating minions of the underworld as a means to extract much needed wisdom to inject into your creation. And this Magician is confirming what I said about something that's going to put you on the map. Something here is going to have an echoing effect. It's going to, I just heard, have a loud landing, which is interesting because I just spoke about the takeoff, right? And now we're speaking about the landing. It's like everybody can hear the echo. Now I'm hearing like a loud boom and it echoing through dimensions. I feel that we're speaking about you aligning with your path, Sag. This is what this is all about. You know, I often talk about how we're sent into these life cycles because we have a mission we need to complete for source energy, for the divine. And we're put through these karmic cycles. We're put through struggle. We're tested because there's wisdom, this experience that we need to gain for the universe. This is what evolution is. You are an expression of God, and God is working through you to experience life through your eyes. There's this very profound sense of alignment that I'm picking up for you, Sag. It's an energy where the success and what you deem to be essentially the meaning of life, or, well, enough of a realization of it to conclude that you are an agent of God. Your creation, this thing, is for the greater good of mankind. And that sounds like a big statement, Sag, right? It could sound overwhelming, but you only have to affect one person's life, Sag, for this to be something that is for the greater good of mankind. We create domino effects in our lives, some good, some bad. All of us have contributed to both. It's what life is all about. But there are some domino effects that can have a bigger impact on the collective. And I feel that these ones are all connected to your purpose, which is found by following your intuition, otherwise known as you surrendering to the divine guidance that is arranging things in your life to make whatever this is here come to pass. What do we have at the heart, please? 6 of Wands, Leo energy at the heart. And there it is, victory. It's all over this energy, Sag, and it was all over the other reading that I did for you as well. The messages are the same. The downloads, they're all still coming through in the cards. You see, I'll collect the messages and downloads leading up to the reading, and then once I start the reading, the cards will put together the narrative, the storyline of what I'm getting, and then the messages and downloads will just naturally come through. The cards just help me to organize it, to put it together so I can deliver it all to you in a cohesive manner. But there is no escaping the downloads and messages here. The 6 of Wands is speaking about everything we've channeled through so far. It's an energy of recognition. It's an energy of success. This is the kind of success that you receive awards for, Sag, a recognition of your greatness. But there is something else I'm getting here as well in relation to this creation. It's not so much what it is that you are creating, but the story surrounding it. That's where the inspiration is. What you had to endure to get to the point where you can create whatever this is here. That's what people want. And that's what makes this thing timeless. It's like the story carries the creation through the ages. It gives people something to talk about. You hear the story, then you seek out the creation. This is directly from your soul. I just heard very clearly, come hell or high water, this is a promise from God. And there's something that you forgot about here, Sag, something that you're rediscovering within yourself that you thought was lost, but it's not. It just wasn't the right time yet. What do we have at the throat, please? Eight of Wands at the throat. Sag, that's your energy. Tower, Mars, Aries, Scorpio energy at the third eye. This 8 of Wands is representing the downloads, the messages, the guidance. It's like the floodgates have opened. There's something that's taking place right now. Sag, you may have been having an increase in your creativity lately, but it's as if it's on another level now. There's some sort of improvement in the quality of your work. It's like you feel on top of your game. You feel aligned. You feel the resurgence. There's a lot of motivation that I'm picking up here as well. It's like you've found something that you thought you lost or you thought was expired. This is reigniting a new level of faith within you as well. You're starting to perceive reality a little bit differently, I feel, these days, Sag. I feel that you're becoming more spiritually aware. There's a depth to it that I'm picking up now. This is coming through very quickly, Sag. I feel that inside of this year, you are going to see reflections of whatever this is start to show up in your life. Usually I don't put a time frame on my readings here, but I felt really guided to say that. And the 8 of Wands is one of the fastest moving cards in the tarot, but paired with this Tower, I mean, there's just no denying this energy here. This energy here is huge. This Tower is speaking about a destruction being brought to how you perceive life and your reality. It's like a revelation comes through. You start to realize that everything leading up to this point had to happen exactly the way it did. And this is when you start to understand that you're right where you need to be, and then the door, the portal, begins to appear and open before you. You see a way through. You see an opportunity. And this has all happened in a very specific divine order. You have been supplied with a way out. The divine has given you an extra tool. This particular tool is what's going to allow for this breakthrough to take place. You escaped a kind of matrix of your life that, at the time, I don't even think you were fully aware of the fact that it was a kind of maze that the devil put you in the middle of. But again, you had to go there. That's why the divine let it happen. God knew that you would always make your way out. And when you did, you were armed with this element that was necessary. When you can overcome the darkness in your life and you can defeat these karmic cycles that want to keep us from our highest good, you will eventually find yourself in a space when you start to understand that there's a kind of mechanics to life. This understanding is an indication that you've arrived to your destination. That's also that space of forgiveness and peace. It's that space of releasing regret. And it's a space of gratitude. Oh, it's one thing that I never thought I would be able to do, is have gratitude for my enemies because they got me to where I am now. Your enemies can be family members, exes, friends, can be anyone really. And an enemy to me is defined by the resistance they contribute to my path that works in an incremental fashion to keep me from my highest good and purpose. This tower is also representing a kind of shift taking place in this opposing energy's life when they see this level up take place for you. See, there's always a couple of things that come from an energy like this. Well, on one hand, we have your success, you truly aligning with your dreams, your visions. And on the other hand, we have the opposing force having judgment triggered in their life, which sentences them to a kind of karma for their treatment towards you. 2 birds, 1 stone. What do we have at the crown, please? Unbelievable. 10 of Pentacles, Virgo energy at the crown. I got this 10 of Pentacles in the other reading I did for you as well, Sag, the one that I had to redo. This is your legacy. What you're creating here, the story behind this creation is going to echo through the ages. That might be speaking about what I mentioned in regards to the echo, right? And 10 of Pentacles is one of the wealthiest cards in the tarot, but it speaks about something that you leave behind as well, Sag, right? So say you have children, or maybe you'll have children in the future. Just take it as it fits here. It could also speak metaphorically, but there's this child finding something that you've left behind. It's like something has been left for them, right? Which just speaks about the legacy, which is really giving us a feeling for the magnitude of what it is here that you're creating. But again, it's all based on your story. Your story is significant. Your story is the gold. Your story is going to touch people. Your story is going to make people feel seen and not alone. What do we have at the foundation, please? Wow. Again, the Tower. Mars, Aries, Scorpio energy, Visago, 2 towers in one reading. I just keep getting this feeling, I've even said it, right? The magnitude of something here, that something is just, it's got like this very big energy to it. And the Tower is the biggest energy in the tarot. It's explosive. It changes things. It has a way of respinning a wheel, so to speak, right? It's like you set a new standard. I'm hearing something about a cultural shift, Sag, that is going to unfold based on this creation. It's like you overcome the temptation of the matrix, right? There's the tree with the apple and the serpent, which, let's face it, not many can overcome the temptations of living inside the matrix. It's all around us, but not you. You're walking a different path. You're walking the path of, well, an agent of God. You're enlightened, and you may not know all the details of what that may look like, but you have a deep knowing you just have a feeling that there's a direction you need to move in. You know that you have the capacity to create some sort of positive shift here. And based on these two towers, it's on a large scale. And I know that I said earlier on the reading that you only have to impact one individual for it to affect the greater good of mankind, because I wanted to remain very grounded in this energy that I'm picking up for you here. But I can't deny what is coming through here, Sag, and this goes far beyond one individual, which I feel can speak about a humble nature that I'm picking up from you. It's that attitude that is allowing this shift to take place. That attitude is what is allowing for all of this to happen in the first place. You're doing it for you. You're doing it for God, because it just feels like the right direction to go in. But what you're really doing here is something that is going to have a widespread impact. Some of you could very well be writing a book that inspires many people. Could be music. It could be art. There's many different things this can be here. There's no limits to what I'm picking up. It could be you working in a particular sector in a way that no one has seen before, that has some sort of a long-lasting influence or impact. There's just no limit to what I am feeling here. But what I am picking up here, and this is speaking about all these different sectors and creations that it could possibly be, it's different. There's something different here. There's something new, which allows for the breakthrough. Maybe in an area where people thought that there was no new approach, it's like you go about something in a way that people deem it as innovative, original. It's like you're a waymaker, Sag. That's what I'm getting here. What do we have? The sacral? The world. Apula. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius energy. This is that energy that wanted you to give up. It's an energy that wanted you to put down your passion. I'm hearing it's an energy that wanted you to relinquish your creativity. Very interesting. And see how in this card, we see an individual with a broken arm, right? So that arm is useless. And then with the other hand, they're holding this beast. So they essentially don't have anything to work with here, right? Completely consumed by something. They don't have a free hand to work toward this. They don't have a free hand to lift that wand, right? And cast this spell toward manifesting this vision into their reality. This tower paired with this world tells us everything we need to know about this energy that you've overcome, Sag. Even though we have two towers here, I read these differently. I read this as a negative polarity. So this tower here was trying to avoid something from happening in your life, the success, the creation, you stepping into your power, something like this. Again, it's like this person was assigned to you to stop you from doing something on your path. Whether they're consciously aware of this or not, usually people have no idea what they're doing. They're just trapped inside the matrix, and something tells them that they need to cause resistance and distractions on your path. They don't know why they do it. They just know that they need to do it. This world stacked with the Seven of Cups is an energy of you being weighed down with responsibility, so you don't have time for your passion and creativity. It's an energy that wanted to suck all the optimism out of your life and trap you inside of the simulation so you never find your way to your path. And I feel that it was looking very promising at one point in time for this opposing energy. I feel that they thought that they had you right where they wanted you. But then something happened. I feel the divine came into your life and started working in your favor, started arranging things to get you out of a situation. What do we have at the solar plexus? Queen of Cups, Phoenix, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy at the solar plexus. This person you're dealing with could be a heavy drinker or just somebody who parties a lot. There's something here. Okay, I'm hearing something relating to this individual's karma. It's like it's showing up as addictions. There's also an energy here where they're wearing their karma and they don't even know it. You know, a lot of the times people are going through karma and you would never know. They just put a smile on. You don't really know. You don't know what they're dealing with inside, right? But not this. This is different. It's like this person's, I just heard vessel. It's like they look different. Their life looks different, but they don't see it. This is the worst kind of karma because now you're living a lie and everyone can see it. The karma that people have to deal with is all based on what they did, right? So it's like they led you down a path and tried to fool you. And so now they're only fooling themselves. And this is how karma works. It works in a very genius way. But whatever the case here, Sag, there's an individual here that is facing some really interesting karma here. I'm also getting something surrounding, if there's a situation where this was possibly an ex and there was somebody else now, they're going to get a lot of karma delivered to them through the person they're with now as well. Queen of Cups in its negative polarity here is a very, well, it's an addicted energy. It's also a very codependent energy, but I feel like it's, I don't know. I feel like this is going to get worse as well. You know, if it's, I'm picking up something surrounding, again, alcohol. Whenever I see this Queen of Cups, it's like a drunk peacock or a peacock on crack, right? Just somebody who's all over the place. What do we have at the heart, please? Five of Cups, aim, destruction of environment, Scorpio energy. 5, 6, 7 of Cups. Wow. This 5 of Cups is speaking about their energy. It's an energy of loss, grief. There's some regret that comes through, I feel, when they see this level up unfold in your life because of how big it is. I mean, look at their face. Male or female, right? It's like, oh, man. And it's right underneath that 6 of Wands. This person is going to see you win at something, succeed at something, and they regret that they can't be a part of this, but they were never meant to be. Because remember, there was no way you could have attained this when this person was still in your life. Not possible. Because of the vibration they hold, it was keeping you on a lower timeline. And then we have 4 of Cups, Cancer energy, healing capacity. So this is really speaking about this new direction that you're moving now. It's like you have this new outlook on life, Sag. You have this connection you've nurtured with the divine. You have a new kind of faith. You have a new way of looking at life, reality. It's completely shifted. This is going to be your testimony, Sag. The existence of this creation, when it appears, I just heard on the world stage, is going to be your testimony. What do we have at the throat, please? Oh, wow. The devil, Samael. Unbelievable. The severity of God, seduction and downfall, communicates with the dead, teaches the occult and magic. So whenever I see this card, it's like the devil shuffling off out of your life. He wasn't able to keep you engaged in the cycle. You've broken through. You've spotted this devil energy. And again, the devil is just any form of resistance that you face in your life. It can show up in a person. It can show up in a behavioral pattern. It can show up in an addiction. It can show up in you having a lack mentality or a poverty mindset. It can show up in you allowing yourself to be victimized by an energy that's holding you back. It's anything that is stopping you from reaching your highest potential, okay? And there's many different levels to it. But what I'm seeing here is, and I'm focused in on this magician at the solar plexus. I mean, this is huge energy. Right? This is you finding your power, finding what was hidden from you, finding that missing ingredient. Beating the devil in your life. And now he shuffles off back to hell. Well, in this individual's case here, hell becomes their reality. It's a vibration that they now live in based on their behavior that got them here to begin with. Here, you're receiving these downloads, this intuitive guidance from the divine. The devil can't block this connection anymore through this individual. It's over. There's nothing in your way, Sag. Nothing. The only thing that can stand in your way at this point is yourself. What do we have at the third eye, please? Ten of Swords, Gemini energy at the third eye. Wow. Tower stacked with Ten of Swords. Unbelievable. This is a huge new beginning unfolding in your life. Uia, the marvelous God, revelation, protects from sadness, gives revelations in dreams. Pay attention to your dreams, Sag. I feel that the divine is trying to get messages to you wherever they can right now. Your dreams, signs, synchronicities, downloads. You just start receiving ideas. Pay attention to all of it. You don't always have to understand everything, but just try and remember, especially dreams, right? Just lay there for a minute when you wake up and have a think about what came through in your dreams. I often find that when I do this later on down the road, something will happen and it will feel, it's like I'll have a sense of deja vu, and then I'll remember, oh yeah, I had a dream about something like that, right? It's all essentially just these signs and synchronicities that the divine sends to you to let you know that you're getting warmer, right? You're getting closer to something. I feel that this is going to increase as well. Okay, I'm seeing 222, 11, 11, 10, 10 in my mind's eye. Okay, just any sort of sequence of numbers like that. Okay, I'm seeing 4, 4, 4 as well. But the Ten of Swords, this is representing this rock bottom ending that you had in this situation and how it was necessary for you to find, right, that other element, that other ingredient, so to speak. It's like you're launching yourself out of this rock bottom space of your life. You know, I've said before that when you hit rock bottom, there's only one way to go, to the top, right? It's like you launch yourself off of the rock bottom of your life. This is when you can turn your dreams into your reality because there's nothing left to lose. And I know that one based on my own experiences. This is when you find that hidden doorway that is inside of you that gives you the access to the blueprint on how you're to make this happen. The downloads, right? Which are the blueprint. Gemini energy with that Ten of Swords. What do we have to close out for Sag, please? Six of Swords, Aquarius energy to close out the reading, Sag. Annuel, the gentle God, perception of unity. Protects against accidents, heals the sick. So this Six of Swords is a rite of passage. It is you moving on past this pain. It's like you're transmuting all the hurt, everything that let you down into this new beginning. This is when you realize that everything had to happen exactly the way it did for this to take place, this magician energy at the solar plexus, so you can cement your legacy, Ten of Pentacles, at the crown. And this Ten of Pentacles stacked with this Six of Swords, this is your rite of passage, your legacy. It's all over this reading. So congratulations. I feel very proud of all of you because I feel that there's a level of pain that you had to go through to reach all of this. So leave a comment down below. I'd like to know what it is that you may think this is in your life. If you feel like sharing, I'm going to go ahead and leave this right here because there's nothing further to add. It's a perfect reading, and I hope that you were able to take something positive to assist you on your path. Sag, this is the message I have available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donation, Sag. Take care.